You did it! Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, comrade. You saved our future.
No. You were the ones that saved us.
Except for Claude, because Claude exploded.
Those supplies kept us going. If we hadn't gotten those... I don't even want to
Hans,
think
the
about
fuel.
it.
Put it next to the tank for convenience.
Oh, but we should probably save the celebrations until after the general's safe. Of course. Come on, let's go!
We got a B for that shit? That's surprising. You can only think about the pig when I said Hans. Hans was great. M30R. That shit.
Guess that's a wrap.
All the Resistance members made it out safe as well.
And the general? The interrogation was rough on him, but it's nothing life-threatening. He's safe in the car. We'll take him to our headquarters. I think it's time he joined us as our leader. I see. Glad to hear it. We can handle the rest from here. You'd better get going. You're all in a hurry, aren't you? Yeah. We need to end this war before springtime, remember? It's a promise, then. My baby's counting on you. Ah, right. You should know. If it's a boy, I plan on naming him Claude.
Wow, what a weirdo.
What? I don't know if I really deserve to have someone named after me.
He's got a point, he died on like the second turn.
He's got a point. You don't want him turning out to be a stick in the mud like this guy.
Well, if he's a stick in the mud, he'll be a tough one. And that's good enough for me.
I guess that was encouraging
Goodbye,
words.
everyone. I wish you all the best of luck.
That car, huh?
Well, that dude's dead as fuck. Claude's the commander, yeah.
Sniper!
Damn it! They're after the general!
If only the first person to notice was our own sniper that could easily deal with the situation. Oh. Well, turns out it wasn't the general that's dead.
Mika! Is he...
No, this person I don't actually really care about in any way, shape, or form.
Come on.
These Resistance guys are all just civilians, huh? No regulations to follow, no medals for their heroes. But if anyone's a hero, it was him. He ran on his own faith. We'd never have rescued the general without him.
But he had a reason to survive. You all heard him. How could he leave his baby behind? He lived a life to be proud of. He never turned away from doing the right thing. Not even when it meant death.
We've known the dude for like an hour.
One more reason we have to stop the Empire.
We made him a promise.
Yeah.
Gotta have some more connection than that to these people. What happened to the little girl, actually? Oh, that was speak of the devil.
Could you roll them up into little pieces? About the size of a fingertip. I soak them in alcohol for disinfecting.
Forced drama. To be fair, he wasn't shooting at Mika, he was shooting at the general. Which would have been a better target than Claude to begin with.
Okay.
Should have taken the shot a little bit faster, but still.
Those are a bit too small, sweetie. They'll have to be a little bigger than this.
But you said it had to be the size of a fingertip.
She has a point.
I'm sorry. I forgot your hands are a wee bit smaller than mine. How about this? I need them the size of a hard candy. You've had those before, haven't you?
Uh-huh. One of the soldiers gave me one yesterday.
There you go, then. Just fill up the jar with cotton balls that size. I have to say, my job's gotten a lot easier with such a helpful little assistant. Thank you, Angie.
I wish I could stay here and help you all the time, Sergio.
I'd be happy for the help. Karen's skilled, but she's better suited to surgical matters. You'd make a fine nurse one day, if you wanted to be one. I guarantee it.
I wish I could. Then I could stay with everyone forever.
Woo!
Oh, I'm sure you can. What's got you so uncertain? Hmm?
Emergency transmission. Ooh, what's this?
That's everyone accounted for then. Thank you for the report.
Sleepy's internet went dead. It should still be up. I didn't, like, that was the few points in the stream where my connection seems to be fine.
The ship will be back on course soon. Do what you can to help finish resupplying and prepare to embark.
So, Squad E made it back in time.
Yes, just as expected. But their morale seems low right now. There were some losses suffered in the local resistance group. On the other hand, the team seems more united in their goal than ever before.
I'm glad they're on our side. But I'm afraid the key to the rest of this operation is...
Oh good, the fucking siren.
That's one of the blocked transmission lines. It's coming from Ship 1. We're being hailed by the Cavalier.
Put them through, now!
Yes, sir. Captain.
Ah.
The Cavalier! With a massive enemy force under attack! Sergeant seeking immediate assistance, requesting back.
Are we going to lose the Cavalier too?
I'm gonna go with yes. Thank God that siren ended.
Interlude.
Wait. Did this shit just...
Mr. Wallace, the
Hello?
Resistance wanted you to have this medal. Please accept it as a token of their gratitude.
Do I have to? Ally of the Blue Rose. Woo-woo. Did this shit just interlude, like, in the middle of a chapter? Where are the... There's just, like... What's up with this page? Yeah, interlude. Fucked up, there we go. You can skip these, by the way, as you can see.
14. Azure
Ooh.
Flame.
It's always good when a chapter's named that. You don't know any from the story? It doesn't matter. The Trials of XO. Do we watch this now? Yeah. We'll watch it now. We haven't done any squad stories, which I should really do at some point.
I've tracked the Centurion's position to this area. Right where we want them.
Uh-huh. So how do you plan on taking them down?
Our goal is to capture the ship, not capsize it.
Capsize. You sure get hung up on details, my man. The snow cruiser is a beautiful piece of work, but it's not like you'll get to keep it. I get why Doc Belgar's taking a scientific interest in it. So what's your horse in this race, Forseti?
A promise.
A promise?
Primaria, I'll have you sortie as well. But know this, failure is not an option. Nor shall disobedience be tolerated. Belgar's orders, Should you repeat the same mistake, you'll be sent back to the research facility.
Whoa there. What do you mean by that?
The laboratory is demanding we return their Valkyria. One of its top researchers, Professor Forster, has defected. Since then, our working relationship has been strained.
You realize this is the same series, right? And every character is not just a rip-off of another character. They're gonna have similar characters.
We've been ignoring their demands thus far.
That's how series usually work.
To prove yourself useful on the Crystal Sea.
Holy shit!
Me too, Walls. What's up, Azza?
You really suck at this. Sure, you're an ace when it comes to war, but you don't have a clue how to treat a lady.
I beg your pardon?
What the hell are you doing, twisting her arm like that before the final showdown? Seriously, what do you and Belgar think Chromeria is?
A weapon. A tool. Nothing more.
Look, Forsetti, and you too, Chromeria. We're all comrades in arms, aren't we?
What?
What?
Comrades?
Of course. We live together, fight together. What else would you call that but comrades? So come on. We can afford to act like a team, right?
I think not.
I want nothing to do with it.
That's a good start.
Have it your way, Forsetti. Carry on with your little plan.
Do they not have any originality of villains? You've been here, you've known these characters for that singular cutscene, my man. Oh, she's naked.
You're
for some reason.
nothing but a failure. Just a useless defect.
Perhaps I ought to return it to the laboratory. No matter. There's more where it came from.
VC 2 and 3 are on PSP or PS Vita? Something.
Why? I gave them everything.
She doesn't have the same
Still
backstory.
Brand me as worthless.
Similar backstory. Not quite the same though.
Am I truly nothing but a failure?
To be fair, in case you've forgotten, this is the same war. Against the same empire, doing the same things. At the same time. This is parallel to
You are the
VC1.
pride of the Empire. Prove your loyalty to His grace. Show the world your power.
As you can see.
Help me. Oh, someone, please. Save me.
Arr. Me too. Arr.
Hey, you in there?
It's that obnoxious man.
I hear Fenrir in there, which means you're in there too, aren't you, Princess? I need to speak with you. Coming in, okay?
No! Stay out!
Whoa now. You okay in there? You crying again?
I told you to stay out!
Fine, my bad. You're right, it's rude to enter a lady's room without permission.
Then leave me be. You could wait a millennium and still I wouldn't invite you in.
How rude.
Oh. So I have to stand out here 1,001 years? Fine by me. You're worth the wait. You've been through a lot, haven't you? Must be hard having to tough it out all by your lonesome. Why don't we talk about it and...
Leave me alone!
Sorry, no can do. What sort of gentleman would I be if I left a damsel in distress?
This man's got some perseverance going off here.
Come back later.
Oh man, do we get to see the
But
fucking
you've changed,
psychos?
Kai. This war has changed you. You don't care about peace. All you care about is your own twisted cause.
Claude, if you wish to know the truth, then join me. I could tell from our battles how skilled a commander you've become. I'd welcome you with open arms.
You think? Wait, goddammit! Kai!
Am I intruding? My apologies.
Belgar.
That's his name, don't wear it out.
Goodness gracious, I can hardly keep up with these constant calls from headquarters. Sounds like the army's in quite a state of turmoil. They're withdrawing from the Gallian front as we speak.
A dead body.
Ah, yes.
Kai's name is
that
not
would be
Kai.
good news for you.
Boils,
To say
I guess,
nothing of
but
Prince
you know.
Maximilian falling in battle. After writing off Operation Cygnus as a trifle for so long, headquarters must be reeling.
Her name is Lena. Story-based, which VC is better?
They're assembling all the troops they can muster to defend the capital.
So far I'd say 1 is probably better. I haven't played 2 and 3, but so far I'd say 1 is probably better, but I also haven't finished this
That
one,
must be
so...
why they want it back. I assume they'll be recalling the rest of XO as well. The fools. They haven't a clue what creeps ever closer. If only they knew the truth of Operation Cygnus, they'd be throwing everything they have at it.
So for people that don't know, the story technically hasn't told us, but there's enough hints at this point. Operation Cygnus is the 3 boats that we're on. They're powered by Valkyria, which in the case of our boat is the little girl, which is why our engine is not currently working.
But their ignorance is our opportunity.
Indeed. I trust you will succeed this time.
It's a really strange engine system operated by Valkyria, but that's what it is.
Yes, sir.
Now then, about your roles in the coming operation.
Yes, my lord.
I would have you rest for now. Leave this one to Forsetti.
You will allow us to rest?
Supposedly it only works if they voluntarily go there. I don't actually know how the fuck the engine works because they won't show it, but supposedly it only works if they voluntarily go.
But of course, you two are my trump cards after all. I can't play my hand this early in the game.
Hey, my connection thing is red again.
You understand?
I sure do like my quality internet connection provided by Spectrum. Hashtag ad.
Yes, my lord. I do.
We are yours to command.
I'm glad you're taking so well to your calibrations. It'd be a shame to have to retire such valuable resources.
Thank you, Lord Belgar.
Thank you, Lord Belgar.
If only they gave me proper internet if I said that. They wouldn't be able to give me proper internet if they fucking tried at this point. That's why you're happy to have Frontier over Spectrum. Frontier is northeast, right? And like West Coast? I don't remember where Frontier is. I used to have Bright House, which was essentially Time Warner cable, and people complained about that, but that shit actually worked, and if I said there was a problem, they sent someone out and fixed it. But fucking Spectrum just doesn't give a shit. relatedly, I might buy my own modem, see if that does anything. It probably won't, but it'll save me some money in the long run. If anyone has any information on buying your own modem, probably just go on Amazon or some shit and look up.
Hey there, princess.
Did Spectrum buy Bright House? Yes, that's why I said I used to have Bright House. It is now Spectrum. Stop gurring at me.
Oh, come on, Fenrir, don't give me that. You and me, we're one and the same. Loyal knights, sworn to protect our master. That makes us comrades too, right, boy?
I don't recall knighting the likes of you.
Nice view. You come here often? It's nice to have a place to yourself. Growing up, I didn't have anywhere to call home. Sure, I was born into a wealthy house. Problem was, my mother was the maid. A noble indiscretion.
Aren't we the bad guys now? I mean, technically we are invading at this point.
One day I'd had enough and I ran away to the slums. It was a real cesspool. A place for the lowest of the low. But at least I was free there. The streets were my true home. I met new people, found friendship, even fell in love. If my mind's in the gutter, it's always gonna be in their gutters. Holding on to that helps me get by. How about you? You got a place like that?
No. If I belong anywhere, it's under the knife.
Ah, that lab they want to ship you back to.
Every day was a new experiment. They'd strap electrodes to my head, apply stimuli, and observe how I'd react.
This is all rather terrible, but relatedly to what Taco said here, said his internet was fucked for 2 weeks. That's actually why I couldn't stream for like 3 weeks. Or do much of anything, however long that was. It's the same reason my internet's still fucked. My upload line is basically non-existent. When I couldn't stream at all, I actually just had, I think the average upload speed of my internet was like 120 kilobytes. Or kilobits, whatever it's fucking measured in. It was so bad, like my download was fine. My download ran full speed, but my upload line didn't exist, and I keep telling them that the upload line is fucked. Every day. Which I'm pretty sure either means it's the modem or it's something there, like on their end outside of my fucking house, but... whatever. It's not like I can complain to them, to the fucking government or something.
Needle piercing, water torture, sleep deprivation. Cut me apart, put me back together, slice my brain.
This all sounds like a good evening?
Easy. I get it. You don't have to relive all that.
But that's my true home. I fought so hard to be chosen. But even now, if I fail again, it's back to the lab. For more experiments, more torture. Until my final sunset. Do you finally see? No one can understand my pain. Leave me. I have nothing more to say to you.
Not happening. You think you deserve to be locked up in some loony bin? To hell with that. I'll never let those bastards have you. Right here's where you belong. And that's final.
How dare you? Not in a million years!
Not doing it for you? Huh? My pecs are usually a big hit with the ladies.
Ah, the old peck trick.
You... cur!
Yeah, you're right. I was a real hound dog. But not anymore. From this day forward, my heart is your home. And yours alone.
Man, this dude's dedicated to the cause.
If you want somewhere to belong, look no further. When you laugh, when you cry, I'll be there. For all of it.
Fenrir! Teach this insolent oaf his place.
Ah, come on, boy, we're comrades, remember?
This is not... This is just some dude in the recording booth making wolf sounds, and it's great.
Damn it. Think about what I said, Chromaria. You do have a place where you belong!
What a fool.
The glossary has been updated anyway. SOS, Azure Flame, that's always a great sign. We've already fought a Valkyria,
Centurions
but,
received
you know.
a distress signal. It's from the Cavalier. We've both been making our way to the capital, but they've taken a different route. We have been surrounded by ground troops, requesting immediate assistance. The fact that they broke radio silence to call for help removed all doubt. Their lives are on the line.
That was awfully short. An obvious trap.
The Cavalier was attacked about 50 knots from the capital.
That's far enough that we could go around them and continue, while the Cavalier distracts them.
Our allies asked for help, and you want to abandon them? The Cavalier's going to sink without us!
Claude, you have to stay calm. You know this is a trap to lure us out. There would be a huge force waiting there for us. They want to take down our ships one by one. Don't let your emotions control you. If we keep moving while the enemy targets them, we can seize our chance.
I can see the logic. Leaving the Cavalier behind to head for the objective would limit the strain on our supplies. But can we really capture the capital with a single ship? One that isn't even running at full parameters? More than anything, can we really just sit by and watch another one of our sister ships fall?
Well, I...
The Cavalier is between us and the capital. If we charge ahead at full speed, we can rescue them.
And die in the process.
Do you really think the Cavalier can hold out, surrounded by that kind of force? Even if they could, it only proves that it's a trap for us.
Ms. Miller, how much engine output do we have available compared to before our breakdown?
Well, the main reactor's still non-functional, so we're relying on the backup engine. We're still operating under a limiter, but if we took it off, I think we could bring it up to 40%.
I'm glad taking off the limiter gets us to 40%.
But that would only last us a few hours. I don't know if the engine could take the strain after that.
It might just be enough to make it in time.
Captain, are you seriously thinking of going to help them?
Yes. It's not simply a matter of saving our allies, as Mr. Wallace suggested.
By backup engine, do they mean a backup Valkyria? No, the backup engine is a normal engine. That's why it's shit.
We have learned from the loss of the comet. The greatest threat to our mission is the Valkyria herself. And judging from the Cavalier's transmission, I think it's clear she's among their assailants.
So you want us to take advantage of the distraction and attack them from behind?
The enemy will be prepared to intercept, but I imagine it'll be more favorable than facing them head-on.
But sir!
I don't know how, but it appears the enemy can move about freely on the Crystal Sea as well. Even if we let them go, we won't have heard the last of that Valkyria. If we want to win, we'll have to confront and defeat her.
Actually, that's a good point. How the fuck are they moving around so easily?
The sole objective of the Cygnus fleet is to take the Imperial capital. And to that end, we will defeat the Valkyria. Brian, change course.
Aye, aye, Captain. Hard to starboard. We're heading to rescue the Cavalier at top speed.
Mr. Wallace, I've made my choices based on my own determination. I suggest you do the same. But remember, we're soldiers, not machines. We have to carry out our mission, but that isn't our only purpose. You should always make choices that you won't regret, even if they aren't the right ones. I want you to remember that, no matter what comes to pass.
I feel like this dude's gonna die, considering how many speeches he's giving.
Lives hang in the balance at our command, and some consequences can never be undone.
Or someone's dying. They wouldn't give this short a fucking speech if someone wasn't falling over.
Sir!
Engine, full speed ahead.
Full speed? We can't even get to half speed.
We're heading to a showdown with the Valkyria. We need all the power we can get.
A showdown? With the ship like this? That's ridiculous!
It only grazed us last time, and that took the whole damn reactor offline. Next time they're gonna sink us.
This is impossible!
Hey, why are you all acting so scared?
Death, you know?
This could be our chance to finally beat our archenemy and save our friends at the same time, right?
Or die.
I thought real men were supposed to get fired up in times like this.
There goes the real men line.
Hey, you heard her! I thought I had a bunch of engineers in here! This ought to get your blood pumping! We're the best in Edinburgh, and we got the heart of a secret military superweapon in our hands! All right, boys, let's show them what the Centurion can do!
Aye, aye!
Is this nearing the end? We're on chapter 14 of 18.
Let's get started, Andre. Take the limiter off the backup engine.
You're trying to kill our backup engine too?
We're the best in Edinburgh, right? If we're that good, we can keep it from overheating.
Is that how that works?
Can't argue there, Missy. Okay, fellas, we got the fix of a lifetime on our hands. Let's get to it!
Oh, engine's calling to her, isn't it?
Things are about to get busy. I should make sure the gauze and bandages are close at hand.
Spray water on it. Or throw snow.
Disinfectant is
That's a
over
fair
here.
point.
Angie, can I ask you to disinfect the lighter wounds? Yeah, I'll do my best.
A reliable assistant indeed. If you start feeling sick, you can always go back to your room. That's some aggressive acceleration.
Are you crying?
Hmm? What was that?
Nothing.
So many cutscenes.
So that's it, huh? We're going up against Kai himself.
Shh. He's Forsetti now. I don't know if he's the commander here, but that request was urgent enough that we know the Valkyria's in play.
My brother, Forsetti, told me he had the strongest Valkyria in his unit. I guess his plan was to attack the Cavalier and use their distress call to lure us out.
The little girl's Valkyria, yes.
Yeah, it sounds like him.
Man, we got a real-life Valkyria and a guy who doesn't care about using dirty tactics to win.
Yeah, it's a dangerous combination, all right. Claude, any idea how we're getting through this?
We've never gone head-to-head against them before. I don't know what kind of strategy would work. But there is a chance. The Valkyria isn't a perfect weapon.
With that kind of power, I'd say she's pretty damn close.
No, that's just it. She might be too strong. I got the impression she couldn't fully control her power. If she had full command over it, she could have destroyed the entire Cygnus fleet.
Huh. Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
Even if you've got the most powerful rifle in the world, you couldn't hit a sleeping Porcavian without your sights.
Excuse me?
We don't have to confront all that firepower head-on. We've got a weapon on our side called strategy.
Haha! Master tactician, by the way.
And that will give us our chance to win.
Oh, hey. A fight! What's the skirmish? Probably the map we just did, yeah. Do we do that now? Sure. See what's going on here. Same victory conditions, we start on the other side because that's how skirmishes work.
Kind of exciting.
You better keep up.
Alright.
I miss Aladdin.
Lock and load!
I'll watch over you.
I've got this.
My turn.
Fine placement.
I'll grab you
Let's
just
do
in
it.
case.